Building a time wealth business is not about getting rich. It's about creating a balance of time and money so you can get back to doing the things you love most, whether it be spending more time with your family, traveling, learning new skills, or whatever you want. So the real question is, how exactly do you go about creating a time wealth business? Well, that's what this channel is all about, and each episode will give you another piece of the puzzle. And as a thank you for tuning in, I've put together a special presentation entitled The 8 Steps to Build Your Time Wealth Business. You can get it for free at www.timewealthsecrets.com/8-steps-free. See you in there. Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Time Wealth Secrets. I'm your host, Sam Fury. What's been happening in Time Wealth Secrets the last couple of days? We've just continuing with stuff like the survival SF non-fiction books should be nearly swapped over by the end of tomorrow. I think the guy that I hired to do it, he's done all the templates and everything, and all he's got to really do is make it go. There's been a few buggy problems with the software or the platform, just because it's new, but they're figuring out the stuff, and it's just minor stuff. I'm sure as a core it'll work pretty well, so that's good. I've started enacting the plan of how to swap over Survival Fitness Plan. The problem with Survival Fitness Plan is that it's got a blog attached to it, so there's a lot of stuff, and it's not easy to just swap it over. You have to copy and paste everything, and then the links are going to be incorrect because of the format, so I might lose some SEO ranking or whatever, but I'll just make a whole bunch of redirects, I imagine. And then what else? Time Wealth Secrets wise, just still cracking on with it. So because we're waiting for everything else to kind of peter out, I want to finish those big projects first, and then go deeper into Time Wealth Secrets to try to get that going as well. So I got a lot of stuff going on. I got a problem where I don't it's hard for me to focus, which, by the way, is what today's episode is about. How to make the most of your workday. So for a time wealth business, when starting getting stuff up, you're not time wealthy because it's a lot of work at the start, right? But the idea is to get it up and running as fast as possible. So how do you do that? Well, you got to learn how to use your time more wisely. Here's some tips for that. The first one, and I talk about this all the time, is workflows, right? So for those repetitive tasks that you do every day, for example, I videotape one of these every day, not always. So you don't get one for Time Wealth Secrets every day because I swap between Time Wealth Secrets and Survival Fitness Plan, right? Ideally, what I should be doing is just focusing on one thing, but like I said before, I've got a problem with that. So, but when you do as I say, not as I do, right? You'll have a lot more success if you just pick one thing and focus on it, and you'll have faster success. But it's not always about monetary success or whatever. So, but then on the flip side, you'll also help a lot more people if you focus as well. So, it's up to you. I want to crack this first, and then decide which one I want to go deep on. But the plan is to focus on one anyway. So when in the start, when you're trying to get up and running, it is a lot of work. So you need to be able to figure out how to get stuff done as fast as possible. And then the workflows. Did I just repeat myself? Sorry about that. The workflows is the stuff that you do every day. That you got to repeat. Have a to-do list of how to do it. So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, right? So you can, and then eventually it'll be in your head and you just do it. But the good thing about having a workflow is then you can organize your thoughts better, you can improve it, and you don't have to keep rethinking the process, right? And if for some reason you have a brain fart, we'll call it a brain fart, you just forget stuff, right? That happens to me quite often. Then at least you can just go back to the workflow and then check it out and then do it that way. The next thing is this is something I've been trying to put into practice, and it's called the one big thing. And it's every day you look at your to-do list and you choose one big thing that's going to make the most difference towards you getting towards your end goal. Instead of doing all these little things that kind of just waste the day away, you just pick one thing and then you concentrate on that. And then once that's done, you can go do all the other little stuff that you want to get done, but isn't really that effective towards getting you your end goal. All right, so you choose the one big thing. For example, well, I haven't chosen one today, but I will. It could be like, oh, today I'm going to get all my payment processing figured out, right? And I'm just going to concentrate on working that one bit out, that payment processing. And I might only take an hour, might take all day, whatever. And so usually what happens is I choose the one big thing, and if it takes me, if it doesn't take me that long, that's great. Then I choose the next one big thing, and then just keep going, right? Or I could be like, all right, I've got to always do my daily workflow. So I do that in the morning, and it usually takes me about an hour to do everything. And then after that, I do the one big thing. And if I finish that one big thing, I can either do another one big thing, or just like, all right, now it's chill time, right? But when you're starting your time-rich business, you don't really want to have much chill time because you want to get it started as much as possible. But once it's going, right, and like, it's all right, or you just like burnt out a little bit, maybe you're working too hard, then you can have some chill time. So do the one big thing. And the last thing is something that I haven't really done consciously, but I'm pretty sure I do it subconsciously, is the Pomodoro technique. Now, I don't use it exactly. The Pomodoro technique is basically, I don't know what it is exactly, like the exact method. Like, I know the idea of the method. It's like you work for a certain amount of time. I think it's like 20 minutes or something, and then you take a 5-minute break. But you just work for 20 minutes without distractions, and you just work solid, and you put a timer on. So every 20 minutes, the timer goes off, and then you can take a 5-minute break. And in that 5-minute break, you can get up, walk around, just chat to people, go on social media or whatever, right? And then I think it's every hour you can take a longer break, like 15 minutes or something like that. So that's a Pomodoro technique. I do a variation of that where it's kind of like I just work solid for like 50 minutes, and then it's because my Apple Watch, right? Every 50 minutes it tells me to stand up, right? So that's like an automatic timer for me. So I like work for 50 minutes, and then when it tells me to stand up, I stand up and get around, look at whatever I want to look at, talk to people, or just walk around for like a few minutes, and then I go back to work. And then when it goes off again, all right, then I do it again, right? So that's like a kind of a forced Pomodoro, and it's also good for your health because you don't want to sit down for too long in one position. It's good to get up and stand up, and that's why they have that function on the Apple Fitness. So there you go. So basically, the idea, all those things, comes down to one thing, and it's to focus on single goals, right? Multitasking does not work. Don't do multitasking. I know people think, oh, multitasking, blah, blah. No, it doesn't work. You end up like even the little things, like the fact that you're switching your mind and concentrating on one thing to another. It's like that eats up time. And I'm not talking about like you can stir a pot of soup and talk on the phone at the same time. Yeah, right. But in business, in work, multitasking, it's not as effective. It's way more effective just say, all right, I'm going to spend X amount of time on this, and then just concentrate, and then X amount of time. Like this, it's fair enough that you're going to do. You might get bored just doing the one thing if it's a long, tedious job. I understand that. So I've done those things before, right? Where it's like, oh, this is going to take me days or something. So I'm just going to do this for an hour. Then I'm going to do this for an hour. Then I'm going to do this for an hour. Then I'm going to do this for an hour, or whatever, right? And that's better than like trying to do everything at the same time. Yeah. So you focus on your single goals, and the other thing is, like, where do you get those single goals? In a time off business, you can follow like the time off blueprint. We haven't written it yet because I'm still figuring it out. But I've got the 8 steps like in my head in the shell, the 8-step shell. All right, so you could follow that. Actually, it's just not in super detail, but it's pretty good. Like, it's a pretty good blueprint as it is now. And yeah. So if you want to get a hold of that, check out timewealthsecrets.com /8-steps-free, I believe it is. And alright, so if you go onto timewealthsecrets.com, the homepage, it'll have it there. But yeah, all right, that's it for today, guys. Sorry I rambled a bit. And I think I repeated myself a bit, but that's all right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to Time Wealth Secrets. I hope you found some value in this episode. If you did, please like and share it so more people can discover it and learn how to build their own time wealth business. And if you haven't already, Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you can be notified as soon as the latest episodes are released. Finally, remember to claim your free presentation entitled The 8 Steps to Build Your Time Wealth Business. You can get it for free at www.timewealthsecrets.com/8-steps-free.